Welcome to Deep Thought. Can we change our destiny? You know what? That's a philosophical question. I can't give a definitive answer on it, but you know what? On this channel, it's not always about giving definitive answers. It's about throwing out a question and then letting you, the listener, add your perspective on it. This is very much a participatory channel. Can we change our destiny? I'm not sure. Because, first of all, even having a destiny, because you have some people believe that we all have a destiny through their spiritual beliefs and some don't. In African traditional religion, there's the belief in the incarnation objective. And also, that's kind of spread to some New Age practices and stuff. The belief that you're coming to Earth with a specific mission. Indeed, in some indigenous tribes that still practice communication with the spirit world, when a woman's having a baby, they'll put the woman into a trance so the baby can speak through her, and they'll ask the baby, what are you here to do? And the baby will tell them, so they'll name the baby something to keep the child reminded of its mission and why they are here. So they'll so that's a definite belief. But of course, in all fairness, everybody doesn't share those beliefs. And one thing I'll never do on here is try to say one belief is superior to the other. I'll just present what I present. But that's the belief in a destiny. And then my African Methodist Episcopal minister great grandfather had a belief in destiny. He would tell my grandmother, and then she would subsequently tell me, everyone has a destiny. And, that's the thing, but, can we change it? That's the thing. Are we, whatever it is. Now, the people who believe in destiny always believe it's a good thing. But what about those who believe everything's bad happening in their lives? And they believe maybe it's their destiny to fail at something, or their destiny to go down a path that they might not want. Is that the case? Now, an argument there for those who believe in destiny could be like everything's happening to them to force them into their destiny. Because how many people have lost a job or something? They had a high-paying job, they lost it, and then they forced to take some other type of job, some job that they're making a little bit less money with, and go down that path and find out, hey, they're great at it. They're great at that job. And then move forward. Now, I've told this story before, just how I've got involved in, doing podcasts and everything. Now, I had mentioned that someone had did a reading for me, and they said, I would be driving a school bus, right? And it's not a literal school bus, but have a school of thought or something, be teaching a bunch of people stuff. And I remember I told y'all, I was like, no, I didn't see that happening. I didn't see myself, even though I had spoken in front of people, even though that was basically what I was doing anyway when I did seminars or something, I didn't see myself doing that as a living. At least going forward. It's like something I did, but I didn't see it going forward. And then, through a series of events, I ended up hosting a podcast show for someone. And that got me started. It was like, oh, wow. So, and I'll just say, from a personal perspective, I believe in destiny, right? But the question is, can we change our destiny? Can we change what's going for us? Now, let me refer back to African traditional religion, all right? And people who understand that, who walk that path, they understand the meaning of ritual. A ritual is to change something. It could be karma, or it could be just a life path. a priest explained it as like you have a pattern in a dress and you change that pattern, or you change the course of something. You actually do something active to change whatever direction you're going in, because it could be it's something about that destiny that's not good for you. You know, it could be some negative thing. And there's a belief in that some people will take on some type of hardship because it would help somebody else to grow. But it is still, you can change that. You know, I know of one ritual. You know, a reading had been done on this child, and the ritual, you know, the destiny was that this child was on a path where they would possibly be killed when they're in their 20s. Now, this particular child hasn't reached their 20s yet, because I'm close to the family. But the family engaged in some a ritual to change the path. And just knowing what I know, maybe because what I was told, I can't say what it was told the reason why the child would die, but basically where they going now, the path he's on, he probably had lived to old, because I know for sure there was another reading done and it was like, oh, okay, they saw him living to old age. So here's the thing. Yeah, I think we can change our destiny. I think we can, but can we? Because then maybe our destiny was that thing that we changed to. Think about it. That's deep when you think about it. All right? And let me give I don't know if I gave a shout out. I'm having a senior moment. It was Robster C. Well who asked for this topic. Shout yourself out in the comments, brother. But I want to get that out of the way. I might have done that. I don't know. Having a sing. It's early on a Monday morning when I'm recording this. So, but can we change our destiny? Well, maybe. One thing to keep in mind with the whole destiny thing is our destiny is our destiny. Our path is ultimately our path. See, one issue that happens is someone else has an idea for where we're going to go. You know, that's society, really. Society in general. Starting from your parents. Your parents, your extended family, society, the corporate elite, Illuminati, the alien Greys, Majin Buu. All of them have a different idea where they want you to go, and they actively try to get you to go steer you in the direction they want you to steer. They wanted you to steer. Because if you look at the elite and stuff, they don't control people. They just put up fences to keep you fenced in. They can never control people. If the herd stampedes, the masses stampede, there's nothing the elite can do about it. They get stomped. That's always been the trick. That might be another thing, though. But society is always trying to get you. And it starts from the time we're children. When they test you, they put you in programs. They don't expose you to stuff. But they trying to get you to do something. But for those who believe in destiny, perhaps that's how they come into it, as I said earlier. And, you know, it's an interesting question. Can you? You know, I don't know. Like I said, I ain't gonna say it. I said I believe. I believe in destiny. Whether you can change it, I don't know. I believe it'll come find you. But can you change it? Like you decide you want to do something else. All right? One thing, I'll say this, and this is from observation. When people do what they're built to do, they actually succeed. So, you know, then the question becomes, do they really want to change their destiny? Because if they're good at something, you know, it flows. It flows. It's easy. That's one thing I've seen. You know, yeah, they might have some trouble making money with it depending on what it is, but to actually do the work, actually do what they're supposed to do is easy. That's why you can get some people whose destiny is to teach people. They can do it without making a lot of money. You know, everybody ain't built to make $1 million. They really ain't built for it because they're not in a profession or a vocation that will make that much money. You know, some people are built to garden. They might not make that much money. Many people are built to lead children, which in many cultures, that's actually more important anyway. As an aside, I personally think teachers should be the highest paid. That should be one of the highest paid professions. Like, no teacher should have money issues. And reason I'm saying that is you talking about teachers probably spend more time with the family's children than the parents, and will ultimately mold them. That's something to consider. You know, I love that. I'm going to do something on that. Because that's a reality. But getting back to the destiny piece, right? Can we change it? That's the question. I want to hear from everybody on this. You know, this is like one of those questions that, you know, I have my beliefs on it, on destiny. And as I said, I'm not sure if you can actually change it. I do believe in destiny, but I don't know if you can actually change it. So that's the question. That's the question for everybody. So anyway, that's it for today. Keep rising and transforming. Peace.